To me, omnichannel, first and foremost, means that we have a singular message to deliver to our customers, and we are able to connect to them and deliver that message across a variety of channels, both marketing channels and importantly, our product channels. That is, being able to share a consistent story and different parts to that story in TV and paid social and our product, consistently weaving it together into something that the customer can understand. In terms of tools, what we've been seeing is really a reflection of the marketing organizational setup. That is, there are TV buyers and there are tools for TV buyers. There are paid social buyers, and there's all sorts of analytical tools inside the walled gardens and some outside specifically for paid social buyers. There are folks who buy from Google, and there are amazing tools there. So it is highly fragmented today. And if, as we discussed, what the company tries to do is create a singular message and have that message be delivered across a multitude of channels, what's really required is a set of analytical tools that helps you see across all channels and helps you connect the identity and helps you see how a specific variant of the message is performing across every touch point with the customer. Attribution is perhaps the most complex and the most important part of anything that has to do with marketing, right? As we've heard from the CEOs for 100+ years, half of my marketing spend is wasted, they say, and the other half is working. We just don't know which half, right? So a big job for any CMO is to figure out what part of their investment is actually making a difference. And unfortunately, the state of the industry is such that in many cases, we rely on anecdotal evidence. We rely on vendor data where there's a meaningful misalignment of incentives. So what's missing in my mind is the foundation of third-party tools from companies that have no incentives, no skin in the game, to help the advertiser truly understand the efficacy of their spend. First, on the individual channels, and secondarily, hopefully across channels. But my view is the fundamental attribution on upper funnel channels is still far from good. This pandemic has been a very difficult time for our partners, the restaurateurs. And the cause for that, of course, is that the indoor dining has essentially evaporated and they've come to rely on takeout and delivery as their primary means of survival. So we've taken it upon ourselves to really help as much as we possibly can, help the restaurants do well. And our focus throughout the pandemic has been specifically on that. So that's piece one. Piece two has to do with just our overall community and their concern with safety, from our drivers to our consumers to our restaurateurs. So what we've learned both in marketing and as a business overall is that we have to, at every moment, truly understand what the concerns of our customer base are and respond to them. And we've done that through things like enabling contact-free delivery, right? This was something that we had to scrappily put together because our community needed it. We distributed a lot of PPE equipment to our drivers. We helped enable the contactless drop-off to our consumers super quickly. Same exact thing with our interaction between the driver and the restaurant. So we had to really turn on a dime in response to massively changing needs of our community. We, first and foremost, as marketers, our job is to tell our story. And in a rapidly growing sector like food delivery, especially during COVID, we need to help all of our potential prospects and our consumers understand why Grubhub is different. And of course, the way we do that is by creating more value to our consumers. If you as a consumer choose to get food delivered from Grubhub, you'll just get more value. You'll get rewarded. You'll see amazing perks and get really great deals. So this has been our approach to really help stand out. And on the restaurant side, this is all about helping them survive, and that means driving business. So what we've been doing is creating tools that help restaurateurs attract incremental demand, get orders that they wouldn't have gotten otherwise. And the way we do that is by offering tools that help restaurateurs create promotions and drive incremental orders and larger orders that they wouldn't have gotten otherwise. So let me give you an example. In the first few months of the pandemic, we've run this program called Supper for Support. And what the program is a aggregation of offers where consumers who of course place a bunch of food delivery orders at the time get great deals like $10 off of a $30 meal. And restaurateurs get to attract new demand and larger orders. So we see ourselves as an enabler of new transactions and as a facilitator of this connection between restaurants and consumers and as drivers of new demand.
And finally, tell us, sort of the value of TV. I know you guys are pretty significant advertisers. Tell us, as a brand, how you use TV, what your considerations are in terms of both the creative and media investment.
Certainly, it's actually quite funny that TV is such a big deal for an online first brand. That is, obviously, we are a part of the digital first economy. We are an online business, and us spending so much on television is quite unusual. In fact, we are a top 200 advertiser on television by spend in the United States. We've arrived at that level of spend and arrived at that emphasis on television through rigorous experimentation. In these past 24 months, we have organized a series of tests that help us with confidence know what is the incremental impact of TV investment versus billboard investment versus paid social investment versus radio. And from that, we've been able to discover that the old, boring, stodgy cable television that nobody watches is actually extremely effective. As such, we've reallocated a significant amount of spend over to TV. On the creative side of things, it is, as anywhere else, so very important to break through. And our goal there consistently is to tell a part of the story that we can tell through this very rich media. Right? You see our emphasis on rewards and emphasis on differentiation through visual identity in our latest rounds of TV ads, right? Focusing on the experience being more rewarding. This has been our emphasis over the course of the past year. If you rewind further, our goal with TV wasn't to create differentiation. Our goal was to create awareness. If you rewind 2 years back, an average consumer, if you ask them who delivers food, would tell you Domino's. Today, an average consumer would name us and our competitors. So it's all about differentiation. So TV has changed its role for us over the course of these last couple of years, from driving broad reach and awareness to driving differentiation. But it consistently, after we've done these tests that I mentioned, has been a powerful tool in our toolbox to deliver our message efficiently to a broad audience.